Hey fellas, today I want to talk to you about my research project. It's about finding the appropriate model with the chosen variables to predict the robberies in community. To begin with, let me talk to you about my data source. The data we used is from UC Urban website, which combines socioeconomic data from the 1990 census, law enforcement data from the 1990 Law Enforcement Management Survey, and crime data from the 1995 FBI UCR. I know it's a bit old, but it has over 2,000 instances and 147 attributes to use, which is more than enough to do analysis. So first, we save the data into our database. And then, based on our research topic, we select some relative variables to do the analysis, such as median income, per capita income, and also the police budget per pop, police per pop, and also some race variables. Now first, we make some pretreatment to the data. We find some missing value in robbery per pop. In this specifically, police budget per pop and police out to work and police per pop. They are all expressed as question mark. Since we can't really just set random value to them, we replace the question mark with not applicable, and then we transform the variables to num type. We look at the basic information of our selected variables. As you can see, the mean value and the median value. The mean value mostly is greater than the median value, which means that the majority of communities are less robbery per pop and less income. So then we make a visualization of the selected variables. Based on this visualization, we can see that the community with higher income raises less robbery per pop, and the higher percentage pop on their pop raises the higher robbery per pop. Then we start to build our model. The first model we build is the regression model between robberies in community and race-related variables. From this output, you can see that the race occupying percentage of population is more significant compared to the income-associated race variables. And then the second model that we do is the regression model between robberies in communities and income-related variables, as well as police-related variables. And from this output, you can see that the income-related variables make a difference to robbery per pop. Meanwhile, the police-related variables seems to be non-significant, which indicates that the handling income problem is the key to robbery per pop. And this is the third model that we built. It's a regression model between robberies in communities and the significant values in model 1 and 2. This is the output, and this output is that shows the regression model with the combined significant variables have larger R-squared value, which makes it better than the above two models. Now, we compare the prediction results. We compare the mean square error of 3 models without missing values. The MSE of model 2 is mean value, while the MSE of model 3 is relatively small. Now, we run the PCA analysis. This is the PCA code, and from this code, the output gives us 8 columns. And we will use the first 3 principal components, which the cumulative proportion equals to 0.85, and to fit in the regression model. And then we use this analysis result to build the regression model. This is the key. This is the code of the regression model, and this is the output of the regression model. As you can see, the first 3 principles of income-related attributes is significant comparing to the police-related attributes, and the coefficient of the first 3 principal components is negative 91.5. -53.254 and -53.925 and 138.352. Now, from the coefficients of the principal components, we can see that comp 1 represents the per capita income with investment, rent income investment, and rent income, while the comp 2 represents the per capita income with social security income and retirement income, and the comp 2 represents basically no work. Thus, we can conclude that the community with higher per capita income have lower robberies, and no work may be the key reason for the more number of robberies instead of lack of police force. So we draw the conclusion. From this project, we firstly know that the majority of communities are less robbery per pop and less income in the dataset that we use. Then we find that the community with higher income raises less robbery per pop, and the higher percentage pop on the pop raises higher robbery per pop via the correlation matrix. And also, the more police budget per pop means the more police per pop. Finally, we perform the regression model between the first three principal components of income, related attributes, and police-related attributes on robbery per pop. We find that the income level of community is vital to robbery per pop comparing to the police-related attributes. Thus, we can conclude that if to reduce the robbery per pop in community, it is important to raise the income level rather than to raise the police force numbers in the specific area. Thank you very much.